Morning, everyone. I wanted to do an Andrew Scheer Twitter update because I think it's important to know what's on offer from all of the parties. And the way you do that is to look at what they're talking about, right? What is making the talking points this weekend? And I already did a Maxime Bernier Twitter roundup over the weekend, kind of over the same date period, although there's more tweets on this one than there were on the Maxime Bernier one. And, well, let's have a look. There's a couple of scandals that I'll talk about, and otherwise, I think I'm just going to let them stand for themselves. What do you think comparatively? If you've watched both the Maxime Bernier Twitter roundup from the most recent one and this one, what do you think? You let me know in the comments. I'm going to do this as unbiasedly as I can, but here we go. And I'll tell you what I think about certain scandals, because I think we've had some weird scandals on this one. And the first one is obvious, which I'm going to talk about. Okay, here's Andrew Scheer's first tweet, and he says, "Stopped to film a video in Toronto this morning and ended up meeting so many of you who have been let down by Justin Trudeau. Our movement has momentum, and I'm not going to stop working hard to help you get ahead." And here's 4 pictures of him shaking hands and thumbs up and things. Wonderful. And here's the video in question. There's a whole controversy around who this person is she an actor or not? And she's not the actor that was outed on Twitter, doxed on Twitter. And that turned into a scandal. So it's kind of a weird whole thing. But anyway, here's Mr. Scheer's tweet about it, and he says, "Meet Adina. She's a cancer survivor, and I had a chance to tell her about my healthcare guarantee today in Toronto. To patients like her, my mother after her kidney transplant, and every Canadian who relies on our healthcare system, this guarantee is for you." And he wrote an open letter to the premiers, and I'll show you that in a minute. But again, this whole controversy missed what the point of this video was supposed to be about, right? Regardless of who this woman is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, the larger controversy overshadowed what the point was. And I mean, sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but in this one, I think it's a weird way to go. And it's just kind of underlying and showing how strange the Twitter mobs are, right? Like, it's a really weird thing to get fixated on and go after this person. Weird. Okay, here's another Andrew Scheer tweet, and this is August 2nd, 8:39 p.m. He says, "Today, I talked with media outlets in Toronto about how a conservative government will work to make life easier and more affordable so you can get ahead." And I was looking for the link to the video of the speech, and I couldn't find one. The picture just links to itself. So I thought that was kind of weird, right? It's a little strange. Where's the link to the interview? I don't know. I like to watch those kind of things, right? I like to see what's on offer. Anyway, had there been a link, maybe I would have shown it. Here's another tweet, and this is 10 p.m., August 2nd, and this is disgusting and completely unacceptable. I hope those responsible are found. I'm proud to see our community in Regina coming together to support Falcon. And this is CBC Saskatchewan reporting, "Falcon Vivia couldn't believe it when a group of strangers approached him on his work break and threw coffee in his face. A recording of the incident went viral on social media." So here you go. Here's another one. "Today is Food Canada Day, a day to celebrate our farmers, fishermen, chefs, and everyone in between by using awesome Canadian ingredients. I hope you enjoy the day with some homegrown food." And that's not my meme, but I think that's kind of... The reactions are interesting. The likes are kind of muted, and the reactions are a lot of negativity. It's really negative. It's really interesting to watch. Back to the Twitter roundup. Here's Andrew Scheer, 9:57 a.m., August 3rd, says, "Canada is home to many Greek Orthodox Christians, as well as people from so many different faith traditions. Yesterday, I was honored to meet with Metropolitan Sotiros, the leader of Canada's Greek Orthodox community, to talk about how we can build a Canada that works for you." Works for you? Or you? Right? Like, who are you talking to? Which you? I don't know. Weird. Here's Andrew Scheer at #TO Carnival was the place to be today. Celebrated 52 years of Caribbean culture, music, food, and heritage at Carabana. And this was 5:27 p.m. on August 3rd, right? Carabana. Shaking hands, kissing babies. Here's Andrew Scheer tweeting at 7:02 p.m. on August 3rd. He says, "Our conservative plan, a real plan to protect our environment, helps families improve their home with green technologies and save on their taxes. Making homes more efficient can also help families save on their energy bills. Learn more. A real plan." And I've gone through the green plan before. If you want to have a look, it's in my back catalog. Here is Andrew Scheer tweeting. This is August 4th, 10 a.m. "Momentum is growing for our positive conservative vision in BC and across Canada with so many amazing conservative candidates running in this fall's election. I know we can build a Canada where no dream is too big and no goal is out of reach." Here's another one. 11:33 a.m. August 4th, joined thousands of fans, including at the Pilia, I don't know who that is, sorry, I apologize, to watch the G20 Canada cricket in Brampton, and spoke to Aaron V. Holland yesterday. As one of the fastest growing sports here in Canada, it was great to see teams from across the country competing. Here is at noon, he's retweeting. After wasting millions on a scandal and self-promotion in February 2018, Justin Trudeau told a Canadian war hero that veterans are asking for more than the government can afford. He broke his promise that the Liberals would care for our veterans. Clearly, Trudeau is #not as advertised. And there's some memes here. And not very sticky memes, because the incompetent Trudeau look is, people don't like that. And regardless of whether you're pro-Trudeau or against Trudeau, he's incompetent anyway, and he makes himself look ridiculous. But the overuse of incompetent Trudeau turns I'm a former Liberal voter, right? And I'll tell people that because this person was not as advertised, I agree. But this person here is different fundamentally than who was running in 2015, right? The platform is different, and I'm not sure where this racism sentiment came from, etc. But when I was a supporter of the Liberals, all this stuff did was make me dislike the Conservatives. So just FYI, right? It doesn't get your point across. All it does is name call. It's the Nelson equivalent of haha, right? Like it's childish. That's the point. That's what it is. It just turns me off. I'm not going to listen to your message because it just turns me off. Okay, here's another tweet. You shouldn't have to worry about access to quality healthcare. That's why this week I signed my health and social guarantee that will provide stable and reliable funding for provinces. Right? So here's
Canada's premiers.
Here's the, I told you I was going to touch on the letter to the premiers. We'll get there still. This is the second tweet about it, reinforcing that he's doing it. He's done it. He's doing it or done it. Here's a Terry Fox tweet. He says, "Today we remember Terry Fox and his fierce determination to run across Canada to raise money and awareness for cancer research. I encourage all Canadians to learn more about him, the Marathon of Hope, and the way he inspired our country." My statement here, and there's a Facebook statement. And we're going to keep going. Here's wishing everyone a happy and safe long weekend on August 5th. Yep. Here's Andrew Scheer. "In Canada, our freedoms give us unity and strength. When Sean Weir and John Brassard and Garnet Genius and I met with Toronto Sikh community leaders, we talked about how together we protect our freedoms and build Canada where every Canadian has the opportunity to get ahead." What? I don't understand what this says. In Canada, our freedom gives us unity and strength. Okay. Are we just like filling? That looks like a keyword stuff to me. We want to rank for freedom and unity and strength. Can we just get that all in the first? Man, like I've crafted mission statements for big corporations, right? And we've done this sitting around the board table at a meeting, like an all staff meeting, and it sounds the same. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, we want to make sure strength is in there, right? Like, oh, well, we stand for freedom and strength. Okay, and unity. We should have unity in there too. It just seems stuffed, overstuffed. Okay, moving forward. Andrew Scheer's tweeting at 8:01 p.m. on August 5th. He says, "I know how important stable federal funding is to ensure quality healthcare is available to you when you need it, just like it was there for my mother when she did. That's why I want you to have my word. I will maintain and increase health funding." And this is iPolitics.ca article talking about Scheer vows to increase health social transfers annually if Tories form government. So he's doubling down on the health transfers that Trudeau cut when he came into office. It was 6% and indexed, and Mr. Morneau or Mr. Trudeau, I'm not sure which one executed the bill, but one of them cut it from 6% to 3%, right? So Scheer will put it back to what the Conservatives had it at and index it. But it's still the same problem. It's not enough money, and it won't fix the waste, and it won't fix the fundamental problems. Here's the retweet from Mr. Scheer at 4:30 p.m. on August 5th. It says, "One of the first things Justin Trudeau did was to pull our country out of the fight against ISIS terrorists in Syria and Iraq, leaving our allies to fight alone. Justin Trudeau put Canada on the sidelines in the global fight against terror. 100 days, 100 fails." I'm not sure, is this a policy announcement? Is Mr. Scheer promising to put Canada back in the fight against global terror, and in what way? I don't understand necessarily. I have more questions than answers about this one. So it's interesting. And again, I'm not trying to spin anything. I'm just saying that's the first thing that came to mind. Like that's an interesting criticism, and it's worded in an interesting way, right? Like what is the messaging behind that? What are you trying to Are you trying to appeal to veterans? Are you trying to appeal to people who think that Canada should be doing more on a military side? Because our military spending is very, very low. We rely mostly on the United States. I'm not sure what the point is here, right? Like, and yeah, I mean, we can all agree Justin Trudeau has not done a good job, but I just don't know what the thrust of this one is. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. That's the end of this Twitter roundup. And, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I think it's important to know what everybody's talking about. And I think it's important to note what people aren't talking about, right? Like, where was the free speech advocacy? Where was the discussions of Jessica Yanoff? Where were the hot button issues from the past weekend? Immigration. There were 17 people shot in Toronto. I'm sure that I could find, and I didn't find anything about, so I'll take it back. I did not find anything about the United States shooting on Mr. Scheer's Twitter thread this morning when I went through it, but that surprises me in hindsight. And I'm surprised that I didn't see anything about the Toronto shooting either. Perhaps the Conservative Party headquarters tweeted something out or something to that effect, but it's interesting that there's been no reaction, specifically to the Toronto shootings, not necessarily to the American ones. Fundamentally, the Americans have to run their country, and I think it's interesting how much Canadian news people want Canadian government officials to weigh in on the United States. Like, it's not our country. Can we govern our country? And can we look at illegal guns? Because the illegal guns are the problem in Toronto. I don't think it's hunters with long rifles walking around Toronto at 2:30 in the morning taking pot shots at guns and shooting people in nightclubs. I'm just speculating, but it doesn't sound like the people I know who've got long rifles and like to skeet shoot. It just doesn't sound like that. And I mean, I only know one guy, but he doesn't go to nightclubs most of the time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the peoplespartyofcanada.ca and have a wonderful, wonderful day.